Hi, I'm Paul Twenge, head baseball coach at Minnetonka High School. This is another set in a series of hopefully helping you and anybody else that would like to view these tapes to become better at what you're trying to teach to young men, to make them better at what they want to do, and that is being a baseball player. Today I got with me my son Alex Twenge. He's one of our captains for this year's baseball team. He pitches for us, but he also catches for us. Yes, it's an odd combination, but if you watch how you take care of a guy's arm, you can do this. And you better remember, a lot of catchers that end up not making it in the major league end up being closers in the major leagues. So their arms are strong and they know how to get rid of the ball in a hurry. It's very important. We got a couple of things we want to go over here today. I want to go over a little bit on Alex, how he sets up. Then I want to give you a little drill called the blocking drill, because the biggest thing catchers need to do is to block the ball when it goes into the ground and not try to catch it. A lot of catchers they're converted infielders and they want to short hop the ball and catch the ball. And sometimes you can get away with that, but the biggest thing is making sure that if the guy's going to move up an extra 60 feet or an extra 90 feet, whatever the distance is that you're playing on, that it is only that distance. It's not more than that, that you don't scramble, try pick up the ball and throw it out. So first thing we're going to do is Alex is going to show us how to set up in relationship to receiving the ball. Now Alex is a bigger kid, and in his situation he's going to look forward and he's going to, at our level we give signs, you may not be giving signs, but once he makes his position knowing as to what he wants to receive, he puts himself in a position either on the inside corner or the outside corner. But what he does in this situation is he extends his glove outside his body forward to the ball, and we're a little close to the home plate right now, we understand that, and his glove is inside his left knee. Another thing he'll do, Alex has a little bit of a tendency to turn his glove down, which sometimes catchers get beat up on their thumb. He's pretty good at getting his glove up a little bit so they learn how to catch the ball in the webbing. Next thing you'll do is, Alex, let's turn to your left and let's get a side profile of this. Okay, imagine that the pitcher's out here. Alex gets in his position, and his knees, when he gives those signs, his legs are pretty tight. He kicks his heels out. Now, what he does with nobody on base is he's down fairly low. We want a low pitch. We want the pitcher to miss low. He extends his hand, gives him a target, and he takes his throwing hand, he sticks it down by his foot so that if a ball is foul tipped, his hand's not going to have a problem with that. The next thing he's going to do, this is kind of important, especially when you have pitchers that don't pay attention to their target all the time, is they will flash the glove. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on the side. And what that is, the pitcher gets up, he lifts, and he'll drop his glove and bring it back. And what that hopefully does is bring the focus back to the glove and the catcher. Let's go and flip it back towards the camera, Alex, and let's show it again. Again, imagine me being a pitcher, and what I mean by that is I raise my leg and I'm getting ready to throw. A lot of kids look all over the place, and we always tell them to throw to a target. Well, you really, in the future, he may not throw to the glove. He's going to throw to a piece or a part of the body. But we need to get him refocused back on what he's going to do. So when he's here, Alex is going to drop his glove, and then he's going to pick it up again. So he gives a sign, he goes out, he raises up, he drops, and it should bring the attention back to where you're pitching the ball. And in that situation, let's turn back again to this profile, Alex, going out. I want you to take a look at his chest in relationship to his setup. When Alex goes down, his chest is down. He's not sitting vertical, and go ahead, and he can't even do this. Go ahead and sit straight up.
I am sitting straight up.
Okay. He's sitting up as straight as he can, but what I mean by that is raise your chest up over, yeah, there you go. We don't want a catcher in this position. And go ahead and get back down. We want him down, and the lower he goes, the better it is. It really doesn't matter on this situation. And again, in this case, you're going to see his hamstrings touching his calves. All right, now we're going to stay in that position, and we're going to assume that you have to throw a runner out. Okay? Maybe he's stealing, whatever. We now have to be aware of what's going on. So in this situation, Alex gives his sign, and this should be taught to kids at all ages. He now changes, and his legs are up. His hamstrings don't touch his knee savers anymore. And in this case, some guys still protect their hand, and some guys will put the donut behind there. And that puts their hand next to the glove. I will show you one technique that's associated with this. Go ahead and relax, Alex. I'm going to put the ball in Alex's glove, and guys always kind of want to know, where do I make the exchange as a catcher if he's going to throw? And the exchange, for me, and as it was taught to me, and as I got better at understanding what catching is, it's done out in front of his body. So for example, if Alex was going to throw to a base, somebody was stealing, all I want to go through is the exchange, where he receives the ball, he exchanges in front of his body. And it's going to be a lot quicker than that. He merely turns his glove in towards his hand. Go ahead and go out and do that again, Alex, and just turn your glove in towards your hand. He makes the reception, and he turns his glove in, and he's trying to hold his position. This may even happen out here. He wants to get that ball into the hand that's going to throw as soon as possible. Okay, so that's something you can work on by just tossing the ball up front. I'm not going to get into that drill. I did talk to the idea of what we wanted to do also in showing how to gain ground when teaching the throw, because we don't want the catcher standing straight up. A lot of times coaches will take a bat, or more importantly a broom handle, and they'll put it right above the catcher. And what that teaches him to do is that he has to go out and underneath it. If you've been a football player and you were an offensive lineman, they're called line shoots, and you have to fire through them and block the guy on the other side. And if you get up, you hit your head on the bar. Well, we use a broom handle. We put it right here, so now he knows that he goes out to the ball, and as he's going out, he'll naturally rise up. So in this case, I'm going to move home plate a little bit further ahead here, and Alex is going to simulate what he needs to do and how he needs to learn that he's gaining ground to where he's throwing. It's almost like the infield drill where we have positional throwing. Alex puts himself in position where he has a line, and you could do this if it was dirt. Just mark dirt here and make a T, and he's on the top side of the T. What he's going to do is he's going to simulate catching the ball and then making his steps going forward to making a throw to, let's say, second base. Okay, Alex, when you're ready. Alex in that position. Runner. Now, if you take a look at his feet, we focus down, his feet are on this line. The biggest problem here, a lot of times kids want to get spread out, and you got to make sure they don't step on the plate. Next thing you got to understand is you throw the ball from behind the plate. You're not going to make the throw in front of the plate or a guy running way out here. If he wants to do that, he probably is worried about his arm and he's not really a catcher, or he hasn't been taught yet. So let's go back down and do this again. Alex has got a two-step movement. All he's doing, he's going to end up being at a right angle from his feet. Ready? Runner. And he's learned how to use his bounce technique. Now, look at his toes are parallel. He's not closed on the front side. Step your toe right here, Alex. We don't want this throwing across his body. He could be slightly open if he wants to move it back a little bit, but it allows him to fire without any hindrance to him making a throw. You need to practice this. I think this is something that all kids should practice, even if you're in Little League and kids don't always throw to second, but getting them in a position to get into the right position to throw. Now, here's a technique that all catchers must have. I'm going to adjust these baseballs a little bit. This is called blocking drill, and we got them in a V, kind of, because the ball that is out here actually is way out. I probably can bring it in a little bit more to give you a better angle of what's going on. In this situation, the guy that's going to know if the pitch is going to be in the dirt first is going to be the pitcher, but he's not receiving it. The next guy that's going to know it is the catcher. What you got to get out of their mind is don't catch it, block it. Get in a position to block the ball. That's number one. Two, then get the ball in your control, which is your bare hand. So what we do is we have a little thing that we work on in relationship to this, and we used to call this the Velpo V when I was at Valparaiso University, so that's the way I recognize it. The ball down the middle recognizes a ball that's straight down the heart of the plate, and he has to block. The ball off to his left glove side is a ball that's coming in from a left-hander, and it skips out, and he has to get in a position to direct the ball back to the plate. Meaning, first one is very simple. All right, we're going to number these balls 1, 2, and 3. Normally I'd be standing in front here and pointing. I'll just go 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. 1 would be to his right, 2 is in the middle, 3 is to his left. So it'd be first base, second base, third base. Now, in Alex's situation, he's given his sign. He's ready to receive. 1. Okay. Actually went the he went the right direction. And watch what he does again. We're going to do one again. We're going to step out. Ready? One! Okay, as he stepped out, he turns his body here to funnel the ball back out. We don't want to get too far over it, but we want to be in a position to make sure that it comes off our chest, protect our mask, and it comes back out front. Now, if we got the ball that's right at us, this is the easiest one. And if you're a hockey player, we don't want it going through the 5-hole. And again, the glove becomes like a shield to a knight. You just merely are stopping the sword from stabbing you. In this case, you're stopping the ball from getting through. Ready? 2. Okay, now he's really smothering the ball. He might even be up a little bit more, but he's in a position to get that ball in here and put it down. Last one is now we got a situation where, again, we want to funnel the ball to the 3 ball. We're going to funnel it back towards the first base line. The 1 ball is funneled back towards the 3rd base line. And again, if I'm here, I can number it. All I have to do is get behind him. 3. Okay. He's trying to get out as quick as he can. He knows the idea is to get down and get it blocked. So let's do it one more time. We'll go through all 3 spots. He sets up. And in this situation, this is a repetitive drill. 2. Back up. 1. 3. 2. That's good, Alex. That's good. The idea is just to get them used to understanding they don't have to catch the ball. Now, progressional to this is I stand up and I throw the ball. So I throw the ball straight at him. I come over here, I throw it from here so it comes off to the 3 side. I throw it from over here so it comes off to the 1 side, and he has to get his body way over it. I do it at a sharp angle, and this is something we did by observing the Yankees do it this year. Coach Girardi was out, manager Girardi was out doing this with his catchers prior to a game, and he's a former catcher himself, major league-wise and collegiately, so he's teaching them on how to block the ball. That's what we're doing here. We're trying to get you some information that'll help you make the catcher a better player. One thing you should know about this, these are called the tools of ignorance, the shin pads, the chest protector, and the helmet, and the catcher's mitt, but these are men of intelligence. They have to know where the ball is. Once it's released from the pitcher, it could be any place, and they have to react and make the throw, or just catch the ball and make sure the umpire calls it a strike by catching it in the right position. Thank you.